with another edition of the Fishing Pole. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. I'm in my garage. Why? Because I like to fart and no one comes in here. And it's time again for another reel review. If you saw my video last week for the Mitchell 302, interesting saltwater reel, today we're still in the Mitchell family. We're going to do a review on the Mitchell 330. One of the mainstays of Mitchell was the Mitchell 300. This is a little different. It's been a reel I used forever since I was a kid. It's an old reel, it still works. My point being is, if you want to look at a reel to buy, if you don't want to buy a new one, go online, buy one of the older ones, and they still work. So let's take a look at the Mitchell 330. So a long, long time ago, way back when there were only a couple networks on TV, I got one of these for Christmas. Not this particular one, but I did get one of these for Christmas. This is a Mitchell Garcia 330. It's very similar to the Mitchell 300, which with one exception. This has any reverse on the bottom. You can back reel with it. This has a top drag. Just tighten your drag up on here. Has a bail lock right here. It's a spinning reel. It's one of the first spinning reels. One particular thing that's really neat about it is it's got this auto bail where you press your finger down and it opens up the bail. So to set it, you just turn it and reel. You can hear, like most Mitchells, it's pretty noisy. But the idea is it still works. It's all metal parts inside here. We're going to go into some detail as to how this reel came about. So in 1948, a young French engineer named Maurice Requiem, along with his brother, created the Mitchell 300. So they were trying to work on it between 1946 to about 1948, and their goal was to make a reel that could cast, could be accurate, and would not tangle. And hence we got this little guy here. This is basically one of the first mass-produced spinning reels around. Not this particular one. This is a Mitchell 300. It's a later production, but it's still very similar to the Mitchell 330. This is my personal one. I apologize because it is pretty beat up here, but this is a Mitchell 300. The 330, like I said, was a little different because of the automatic bail set, which is pretty neat. Some of these were stamped automatic. Now, it wasn't a typo, and it wasn't because it was in France and they didn't know how to spell automatic. Apparently the patent at the time, they could not use a dictionary word and attach it to a product. So instead of writing automatic, they wrote automatic. This one doesn't have it. This is probably one of the later productions. It's got the Garcia stamp on it. So at the time Mitchell was around, one of the other big names in fishing was Garcia. And Garcia at one point around 1974 had bought up Mitchell. Hence we get the name Mitchell Garcia, or Garcia Mitchell, on the reel. Now, later on, the company dropped Mitchell. They went bankrupt, and Mitchell, to this day, is still around. You could probably go through, Dick's, Cabela's, Walmart. You can probably find a Mitchell. And again, the 300 is a really popular series. So why do I bring this up? Because I'm going through and I'm looking at modern reels, and my biggest problem with them is they tend to break pretty easy. These are very solid built reels. If you want to, and I'll probably post some pictures of it from eBay or anything, anywhere I can find. I'm going to see if I can post some pictures of reels that you can buy off of eBay, and you can probably pick one up for the price of a new reel. One in particular, I found a lot of them, and I'm sure you can find lots of old stuff, but there are 5 different reels somebody was selling. A couple of them, one of them was a 330, 2 of them were Mitchell 300s. And during this time where everybody's cooped up at home, you can go online, pick them up, put a little bit of effort into them, and get these guys working again, man. This thing, I absolutely love. It's almost like a fidget spinner for old people. So, I love it. There are various forms of models of these. I think in total there's about 8 different versions of these. They have different handles. They have different insignias on here. Some of them have different writings on the side of them. And I think it is an absolute great reel. So just a little piece of advice. If you want to go out, you want to fish, you can fish with one of these guys. I'm actually going to try to see if I can go out and catch a fish with this particular one. So if you're a fan of Mitchell reels like I am, I want to hear from you. So leave some comments. I do have a Facebook group called the Fishing Pole. You can leave some comments on, even comment off of YouTube. So please like, share, and subscribe, or I'll sick my cat on you. Hello.